Hi, my name is Vivian Liu, and this is my presentation on motivation. Motivation is a driving force behind all our actions. There's one internship in particular that I found I was not motivated at all to do my job. This was a very rare occurrence that baffled me as I have always been very interested in and motivated to do well in my video editing roles. In this particular internship, I worked as a video editing intern for a company called Hollywood Insider. They would give me two scripts and voiceovers weekly that concerned contemporary developments in Hollywood. Using these scripts and voiceovers, I would create video essays and montages that would be uploaded to the company's YouTube channel. Sometimes there would be special guidelines that came with each script, and I had to adhere to general formatting rules that supported the Hollywood Insider brand. Aside from this, I had a good amount of creative freedom. Each video I made was about 10 to 30 minutes long. I spent approximately 10 to 15 hours a week editing videos for this internship. At first, I was very excited to do the internship. It was remote and extremely convenient, in addition to being a great resume pattern. The first couple of weeks, I was very motivated to churn out high quality content for this company, and I enjoyed learning the specifics of how the company wanted me to create their content. The problem of lack of motivation started happening about a month into the internship. I eventually found the work to be dull and chore-like. It felt like I was doing the same thing every week. This led me to care less about the quality of the videos I was putting out. I started doing the bare minimum just so I could get the videos out of the way so I could enjoy the rest of my week without having to worry about my uninteresting work. I even started taking shortcuts, such as speeding up voiceovers so I would have to edit less video content. Of course, my supervisor noticed this and told me to stop. I stayed at the internship for about a month, muscling through weekly videos until I decided to quit because I had had enough. I felt that there were better opportunities for me out there that would be much more fulfilling, both motivation and career-wise. One theory mentioned in the book is the job characteristics model proposed by Hackman and Oldham. It essentially states that in order for an employee to be motivated, they must see their work as meaningful, have a sense of responsibility, and understand that their work leads to results. Factors that influence these three core aspects of motivation include skill variety, task identity, task significance, autonomy, and feedback. This is related to my issue of lack of motivation at Hollywood Insider because by using the job characteristics model, it is clear that the lack of skill variety and task significance led to my ultimate downfall as a video editor for Hollywood Insider. Skill variety is defined as using a variety of skills and abilities to accomplish work-related tasks. High levels of skill variety in a job challenges workers and provides meaningful work. My work-related tasks at Hollywood Insider consisted of the same tasks every single week with little variation. I made the same kinds of videos every week with little variation in my work. At first, this task was challenging because I was trying to conform to and learn Hollywood Insider standards, but after I got the hang of it, I began to feel like a machine, using the same methods and abilities to make my 2 videos a week. Thus, I felt very unchallenged and my work did not feel meaningful. Task significance describes the degree to which a worker's job has an impact on the organization and outside of the organization, whether it be coworkers or consumers. My role churning out weekly videos for Hollywood Insider lacked task significance. I only worked with one supervisor, and since it was a remote job, never had any impact on any other aspects of the company. If I did, I had no idea because my supervisor did not relay that information to me. Regarding the other aspects of the job characteristic model, I did receive minimal feedback and had high levels of autonomy with this job, but as the textbook states, low levels of autonomy, feedback, or skill variety and task significance means the overall motivating potential will be very low as well. This is because of the way the motivating potential score is calculated. So although I had high levels of autonomy, this could not compensate for the low scores in the other areas of the equation. This overall single motivating potential score meant that the quality of my work suffered and resulted in me resenting working for Hollywood Insider. This resentment led me to look for opportunities elsewhere and leave the company. This study, performed in 2001, looked at 156 Dutch nurses to discover the specific determinants of several workplace factors such as burnout, turnover, and intrinsic motivation using factor analysis on the nurses' self-reports. The analysis found that the researchers' hypothesis mostly held true. Intrinsic work motivation was positively associated with the quality of job content. This is consistent with the job characteristics model mentioned in the textbook. The study also found a substantial correlation between quality of job content and turnover intention, suggesting that this aspect should be addressed by the job characteristics model. It was also found that a substantial It was also found that intrinsic work motivation can be influenced by elements that make the work-related task challenging and meaningful, such as skill variety, autonomy, social context, and opportunities for learning. Once again, this is consistent with the job characteristics model. Findings also suggest that there are factors not described in the model that influence motivation. The practical implications of the study are important to management. When improving worker motivation, it is necessary to focus on the work content. This could be done by diversifying tasks and giving workers more autonomy and feedback, for example. Based on what I've learned from the textbook and the scientific article, there are 3 specific steps I would take to increase my motivation in my role at Hollywood Insider. First, I would request for different types of work-related tasks from my supervisor. As mentioned by the job characteristics model and evidenced by the experiment, variety in work is essential to maintaining worker motivation. Since I was making the same kinds of videos, essays every week, there was little variation in my work. This led to a lot of boredom because I was following the same steps to finish my work. My process was to receive the script, collect the footage, edit the voiceover, add in animated graphics and titles, and lastly, brand the video accordingly. On my part, I could have changed up the order I did and changed up the style of my video to make my work more interesting. Management could have promoted variation in my work by assigning me different types of videos to edit. Instead of purely video essays, I could have edited interviews, which would have required me to approach editing my videos in a different way, changing up my normal process. Second, I would request to work collaboratively on tasks. This is aimed to address the lack of meaning in my work. Teamwork is one of my core values when it comes to finding meaning in my work. I also find a lot of enjoyment in working with other people. Thus, by working more collaboratively, I will intrinsically be more motivated to do my work and find more enjoyment out of it. Knowing that I have to support a team member in accomplishing a task is motivating in itself. The third thing I would do is request weekly stats from my supervisor so I could see the results of my work. This would help me see significance in my work. Knowing that the videos I made helped the company grow will motivate me to produce more high quality work. I personally know that this works because in one of my other video editing internships, we had weekly team meetings that looked back on the growth the YouTube channel made during the week. Seeing the positive impact of my work on the company was very rewarding and fulfilling and kept me motivated to do my job. Hollywood Insider can implement a similar tactic in order to motivate its employees.